Straightforward, really. Each of these gentlemen will be given the opportunity to speak for 5 minutes, and I do mean 5 minutes, to present their case. They have had a very brief briefing from David, I think, David Solden, as to the kind of thing you might be interested to hear. And then after that, we will be open for questions, some of which I have kind of received already, but others may come from the floor. We intend to finish pretty much dead on 9 o'clock, so it'll be short and sharp, really, and hopefully will be very informative. And we start, I think, with Nick Johnson. Will that do?
Is that okay?
Yes, I think we'll work this way,
okay,
if that's all right.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody for turning up. I guess my 5 minutes should start with me explaining that I am Dr. Nick Johnson, and for you who may not know, I'm actually a local doctor, consultant paediatrician working in Huntingdon. I'm very proud to be a Labour candidate. On the brief that we were given, and it was brief, it said 5-minute presentation, significant policies, followed by questions from the chairman and floor. I thought I'd start because I had this weighty tome came through the door as a parliamentary Labour candidate. I've had no previous briefing as a politician. This is me coming into the frame, and not necessarily naive. I'm very much involved in politics, and I really believe in sort of trying to listen and take on board everything from all points of view. But I am what I am. I'm a democratic socialist. And in terms of trying to put the message across to you tonight, you've probably heard about the 5 pledges in terms from the Labour Party. I will reel those off relatively quickly, and I'm sure you will sort of take them on board. There'll be messages that you recognise, but then I'd like to go on to my own personal kind of twist on what I'd like to see for myself and same to you. The 5 pledges the Labour Party's put together is the talk about a strong economic foundation, the idea of balancing the books and cutting the deficit every year while securing the future of the NHS. Talking about higher living standards for working families. That means things we may remember from a year and a half ago, freezing energy bills till 2011 and then giving the regulator the power to cut those bills this winter. Ban the exploitative 0 hours, and I say exploitative, not 0 hours contracts, exploitative 0 hours contracts, raising the minimum wage from £6.50 to £8, providing 25 hours of free childcare a week. This is my favourite one. An NHS, time to care. There's numbers being thrown about. I won't go into those in too much detail, but the idea of joining up services from home to hospital, guaranteeing GP appointments. Then it goes on to the 4th one. I know this will be a contentious one. Controls on immigration. This is Labour Party policy. People who come here won't be able to claim benefits for at least 2 years, and will make it illegal for employers to undercut wages by exploiting workers. And finally, I think this sort of sums it all up. A country where the next generation can do better than the last. Tuition fees being reduced to £6,000, apprenticeships for every school leaver who gets the basic grades, and smaller classes for 5, 6 and 7-year-olds. Those messages you'll have heard many, many times over, and they're the ones I would obviously focus on. But if I were to give you my personal take on the campaign locally, and I put this highlight, I will campaign tirelessly for continuation of all services currently provided by Hinchinbrook Hospital. If I don't win, I'm going back there. I want there to be a hospital that's going to be there, and the one that's going to stay, particularly the paediatric department. I'll campaign for investment to build on a local spirit of enterprise. I moved into this area sort of 10 years ago. I'm originally from the north, went down to London. This area is wonderful. The countryside is wonderful, the people are wonderful, but what really strikes me is the way that people do things here. There is some individuality, there's enterprise, and I don't know the business community in the way that maybe others around this table do, but it is something that I truly, truly want to see blossoming, and particularly if I was to put a male slant on it, on the sciences. I'm a scientist, I want to see engineering, I want to see the sciences being used to harness things that in the years gone by they talked about the white heat of technology. I know that's a Labour phrase, but I'll borrow it for now. We need to look at a coordinated private and public transport system. There are new models of ideas coming up now where we can look at sort of what is provided in terms of bus routes, and I really would like to see those being brought in so that we can coordinate transport around the region. And I'm going to go off what is sort of traditional party politics now. I'm going to say what my other 2 pledges were. The constituency is my home, and I'm proud to make it my home. I see myself as an MP who's going to live in the constituency, somebody who wants to commute. I recognise there's a job to do in London, but maybe many of you people around here do the same thing, commuting. I don't want to move lock, stock and barrel. My family are here, they're in local schools. I will work and I will go backwards and forwards between here, so I'm available. And most importantly, my feeling is never take for granted the trust that the voters put in me. The trust and respect has to be earned and maintained. And I hope that is my starting point for my first 5 minutes to explain to you why I can be the MP for Huntingdon. Thank you for your time.